Hey everyone, I'm in my car right now. Yeah. Ugh. I don't look the best, but that's okay. Um yeah, I'm at my daughter's softball practice. I'm doing okay. I just want to say the last time I talked to you, I was telling you how scared I was about going back to teaching. I'm still there. In Minnesota, we don't go back until after Labor Day. And so I'm feeling a little better though. I've got encouragement from a lot of colleagues, and it's been really uplifting, not just from colleagues, but just like people around the country. So I'm just really grateful. I mean, we're all in this together to raise great children. And I'm here to talk to you today, parents, especially to you, about phone policies. And it's an issue, it's a big issue. Part of our staff development today was discussing the phone policy. And it's just not at my school, it's throughout the nation. I've been following like national school policies on a lot of schools are like, you can't bring them to school. Some are, you can bring them, but they've got to be out of sight. Some, my son's schools, they can't bring the ear pods. That got to be a huge issue last year where they put the ear pods in and you couldn't really tell because they had the hair over them and then they weren't listening to instruction. So that was really happening. And I just want to have a discussion with you about this. I'm going to give you context first. Context. Before COVID, phones, kind of an issue. Like usually if you told a kid to put it away, they'd put it away. There was really strong policy where I'd take their phone if I saw that. And most kids would comply because a lot of kids didn't have phones. They didn't have smartphones. Okay, so it wasn't that big of an issue. But then COVID happened, distance learning happened. A lot of parents went out and you bought them smartphones, right? And last year we paid the price. Okay, so last year we all get back to school and a lot of kids now got used to being on their phones and on technology, and more students had phones. Like it was, to me, if you didn't have a phone, yeah, that was the minority. Okay. So we have phone policy at our school, bell to bell, no cell. A lot of schools did. A lot of schools through the country had these policies, but like it's like the kids got addicted to it over COVID, and parents, you kind of got okay with it too. Like they should have their device, right? We all got like really hooked into our own devices and our own worlds. And last year we saw what happened during school. So I'm going to give you the reality. Okay, so we have this policy and I tried to enforce this policy and just couldn't feel like I could win, and I got good classroom management skills. Kids would find ways to have their phones, right? And they would stage fights. I'm just going to put it out there. We had a question today that said, how did phones impact our school last year? Okay? And we could have said something like, they're great. Some kids used it really wisely, and I have students who speak Dari and Pashto or from Afghanistan, and it was great because I needed that so we could communicate, and we formed a bond, and I loved that, But almost all statements were negative. Violence, bullying, addiction, social media, self-consumed. Those were all popcorned out, and we have a pretty big school. And I know other schools are going through the same thing. So what I'm here to tell you is that the reality of this is it's turned into a big fat mess, especially in middle school. I don't know about high school. I'm hoping that not a lot of kids in elementary schools have phones. I'm not there to speak to it. But middle school, it's not really the age. It's not really age appropriate to give them a device when their frontal cortex is not fully developed yet and they're making bad, stupid decisions. And you know they do at home all the time. But then, like, it's like on crack. Bad decisions on crack, exposed, fully exposed. So parents, here's what I want you to do. Number one, you are not the only one if your kid doesn't have a phone. You're not the only one. And your kid's going to say everyone has them. That's not true. Yes, most kids seem to have them, especially in 8th grade, but you are not the only one. There are other parents out there that are saying no. Look back, my series 1. I had 8 episodes on saying no to smartphones. Number 2, if you did get your kid a phone in grades 6 through 8, you better follow the phone policy of the school. It's really irritating when you, the parent, don't follow it at all. You actually text. We have parents who text their kids and call their kids in the middle of class and think that's okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. Unless maybe if it's an emergency, but seriously, I have parents texting like, what do you want to eat tonight, honey? Are you kidding me? No! Don't do that. And number 3, please talk to them about digital citizenship. Okay? It's a privilege. It's personally a privilege. I don't think they can handle at that age. I don't. I'm pretty firmly against it, actually. Phone use and smartphones in middle school level. I just don't think they are ready to have such a powerful device. It can be used for good, but we in the schools are seeing a lot of bad coming out of this right now, and it is across the country. So parents, we need your help. We need you to be a part of the village. You are not alone if you don't buy your kid a phone, but if you do, we need you to follow that phone policy. And the earbuds. The earbuds got to be a huge issue last year. Okay? And stop texting them and calling them in the middle of the day for little things. Stop it. Okay. So, and last thing, have consequences. If you get a call from the school that tells you your child has been caught using their phone, have a consequence for them and take the phone away, please. Please. All right. That's all I wanted to say. Overall, doing okay. Okay.